Hey, what is going on, guys? SargeantsTechTips. Welcome to another video on the channel. Now, in today's video, we're going to be taking a look at Elementary OS, or Elementary OS. It depends on how you pronounce it. It's a Linux version. It's supposed to look pretty similar to Mac OS. I'm pretty sure I've used it in the past, but I can't remember. It is version 8.1 if you guys are curious. All right, let's go ahead and get this set up. We are using VirtualBox instead of VMware for different types of reasons, but that's okay. I'm going to go ahead and do new. We're going to do VirtualBox. That's fine. We're going to call this Elementary OS. I don't even know if I spelled that right. Alrighty, so we are installing Elementary OS. We're going to do our ISO file. We're going to do other Elementary OS. We're just going to do Linux. I'll let it choose its version. Ubuntu's fine. I'm pretty sure it's, I don't know actually if it's based on Ubuntu or not, but alright, so we're going to choose our language. We're just going to do English.
Screen reader can be turned on with the keyboard shortcut Super plus Alt plus S.
Please stop. I can't stand screen reader. I don't know why all Linux has that. We're going to go ahead and do erase disk and install. Virtual machine, some parts on my... Well, it looks like it knows it's a virtual machine. It says some parts of Elementary OS 8 may run slowly, freeze, or not function properly. Well, unfortunately, this is the only way I can look at it. So, erase and install. Alright, we're going to let this install, and then we'll be back once it's done. Alrighty, it looks like it has finished installing. We're going to go ahead and restart the device. Alrighty, let's go ahead and set up the virtual machine. We're going to choose English, default typing layout. We're going to do SargeantsTechTips. Not sure why the color was changing. Do I have to do a password? I do. We'll just do root. Okay, for some reason I had to reboot. Should be able to log in now. We are logged in. This is Elementary OS. We're just going to skip all this. Get started. Alright, so it looks like the updates did complete. Let's go ahead and log in. I don't think the video driver is installed, once again. I'm not 100% sure if I can get them to install, because it still just doesn't think... Oh, here we go. 1920 by 1200. That's okay, we'll just work with what we got. So this is the File Explorer. It looks pretty standard to most Linux File Explorers. I do actually enjoy it. And I did want to point something out. When I went to click this button and click restart, up here it showed a install pending update while restarting. And I could uncheck that box so it wouldn't update. That's pretty cool. I honestly wish Windows had that. But yeah, here's the file system. We've got our VirtualBox. We can go ahead and eject that. File Explorer is pretty basic. Alrighty, we've got our desktop. Down here we've got our dock. We've got some buttons up here on the little taskbar. Not really sure what it's called. Called something for macOS. I just can't remember the name of it. But got like our little command center that looks almost like the icon on macOS. Prevent sleep, dark mode, screen reader, on-screen keyboard, settings, my profile, and then sleep lock. I'm not sure why it's on the left side of the screen. And then shut down. We can also like change the size of the text, which is cool. Super helpful. If I want to make it like super small, I can. I'll leave it at default for now. Down here, we've got files, web, mail, tasks, calendar, music, videos, photos, and App Center. We can also do a new workspace, which is interesting. What's the web browser look like? Oh, wow. It's a pretty basic web browser. Let's just go to Google. Yep. Like I said, pretty basic web browser. It's not anything special. Doesn't look terrible. I think they're kind of trying to mimic Safari, if I had to guess, but not my cup of tea. I'd probably just use Firefox. Up here, we got applications on the left-hand screen. Not much installed. It's a pretty bare-bones version of Linux, which isn't a bad thing. A lot of the other versions of Linux I've looked at usually have more stuff installed. We've got App Center, Calculator, Calendar, Camera, Code, which is probably a coding app, Document Viewer, Feedback, Files, which is a File Explorer, Mail, Maps, Monitor, Multitasking View, Music, Photos, and Screenshot. So go to the next one. Shortcuts, System Settings, Tasks, Terminal, Videos, and Web. Not a whole lot, but not a bad thing. You can also kind of categorize it between the actual like usefulness of the application. I think I like this more. We're going to do what we usually do. We're going to look at the calculator and see if it looks any different. It does not. It looks pretty standard. It doesn't look like I can resize it. Show extended functionality. I guess you can technically resize it, but that's calculator. It does what it's supposed to do. I usually try to look at the calculator every time I look at a Linux version, so there is that. There's not really, I'm not going to sit here and look at all these applications because they say what they're going to do. Like, I mean, I can look at some of them because like photos, you can import your photos and view your photos through here. You got your music, kind of like a music player, I'm assuming. Yep, you just have your music. You can open files and play music as you wish. We got our App Center, which is probably where you install apps. We got password manager, another calculator, cherry picker. Basically, you just pick, it's like a color code picker. You can record audio, some icon browsers, another password manager, I don't know if Firefox is on here. I don't really plan on using this version of Linux anyway, so I'm probably not going to worry about it. But oh, you can also get Angry IP Scanner. That's a super helpful tool. You can get Brave Browser on here. I know that's pretty popular. There's a lot of cool software in here, and I'm honestly surprised there's so much. I'm not going to sit here and scroll through it, but it is good to know that this is here. You also got Google Chrome, but that's unstable. You can actually install the Google version of Google Chrome on here as well. All right, Firefox did install. Is there a way to like pin it? Firefox. I actually use Firefox personally, so it's nice to see that I can get it on Linux. I didn't want to close it. And there it is, my channel. Anyway, that's Firefox. What else do we got here? Tasks. Okay, it's just a basic task app. We got calendar, basic calendar app. I actually prefer apps like this. I cannot stand Microsoft's version of the calendar app. I actually use it for work, and it is terrible. I want to view my calendar like this. We've got music, videos, which I'm assuming is just a video player. Yeah, it's just a video player. Photos we've already looked at, and App Center we've already looked at. Like I said, there's not really much to look at for this version of Linux. We've got camera. I don't have a camera plugged in, so it's not going to pick anything up, but it's basically just a webcam application. Multitasking view. Just brings you up to the multitasking view. We got monitor, which is probably like the task manager equivalent. It is, yep. So we can see our CPU usage, our memory usage, which I think it's only got like 2 gigs of RAM, but it's probably fine. I don't think it actually cares that much. It also does not show temperature, but we're in a virtual machine. If I was outside of a virtual machine, it would probably show it. I've got document viewer, which is probably like a PDF viewer or something, and it's a PDF file. That's all there is to it. This PDF viewer isn't terrible. I don't really view PDFs very often, but when I do, this would be nice because it's kind of basic. We got maps, which is interesting. Not really sure why it's so large. There's actually a place in the United States called Russia. What? It's in Ohio? I did not know there was a place called Russia in Ohio. That's pretty cool though. This is a pretty basic map, which that's all you really need. Oh, there we go. That's better. That's pretty cool though. This is a really cool map. Yeah, I don't know if I'd actually use this, but that's pretty cool. If you wanted to view maps on your computer, you could. In terms of anything else, I'm not gonna sit here and go through all this. I guess I can show you a screenshot. Yeah, just take screenshot. That's all it does. It takes a screenshot, save. Let's go to system settings and take a look at that because I don't think we've looked at that yet. So we've got applications here. It looks like this is just default. You got your startup apps here as well. You got desktop, so you can actually change your wallpaper. Let's do a darker wallpaper so I'm not blinded. Let's do this one. That one looks pretty good. Appearance, we can do dark mode. Much better. We'll do red because that's the favorite color. Text, you can change your text size. Dock and panel, you can change the icon size, which is actually quite sleek. Then you got multitasking, language and region. You can just change your language and region. Notifications, you can change your notification settings for different apps. And I'm sure if you downloaded more apps through the App Store, the App Center, you can like change those said settings. You also get security and privacy. You can check your history. It looks like it stores local data, so it doesn't actually share it unlike some other operating systems. Locking, firewall. You got housekeeping as well. Looks like you can have it delete your files every 30 days, which is pretty cool. Or after 30 days, that is. You also got your location services. You can actually just turn it off, which should just be kind of default. You also got displays, which I was showing you earlier. You also got keyboard, mouse and touchpad, pen and drawing, power, which you can just kind of change your power settings, nothing fancy. Printers, you can add your printers if required. You got sound settings, so you can change your sound settings, all pretty self-explanatory. You got Bluetooth, network, online accounts, sharing, date and time, screen time and limits, system, and user accounts. There's not a whole lot going to this version of Linux, which again is not a terrible thing. I just think I think Linux should always have some form of customization because that's just like kind of the thing with Linux. I think it's always best to have more customization for Linux. That's like one of the cool things about Linux. But yeah, that's Elementary OS. Kind of an interesting operating system. This video probably won't be as long as some of my other Linux videos, but that's not necessarily a bad thing. There's not as much going on, which isn't a bad thing. Having kind of like a basic operating system to literally just access the internet would be perfect. If you have someone that just needs something basic and they're pretty familiar with macOS, throw this on their really old laptop, even if they have like 4 gigs of RAM, and all they have to do is check their email, even maybe watch a little bit of YouTube. This would probably fly on that. You really don't need much to run this version. Well, maybe not this version, but really any version of Linux. I'm sure there's some that are a little more demanding than others. Anyway, guys, if you enjoyed this video, please drop a like. If you guys did not enjoy this video, please drop a dislike. Subscribe to the channel if you guys have not done so already. Let me know what you guys want to see for the next version of Linux for me to look at, because I know these videos do usually pretty good. We'll see if it does pretty good this time. But yeah, let me know what you guys want to see for future videos in the comments below. It doesn't necessarily have to be Linux related, just any tech related. I'll see you guys next video, and peace out.